So in the wee hours of Easter morning, I found myself trying to put together an Easter basket for my kids. I think I would probably call it more like an Easter bag. This is rounding up the end of their spring break, so I really didn't have time to go shopping for anything for an Easter basket, which they don't really need, but tradition. I am a collector, so I buy things and kind of stash them in secret little places in the house just so I can have them to pull out in the time of need, and this was definitely one. I found a cute pair of socks for my daughter in this bag. It had the tutu, actually a real tutu as the doll's dress, but I didn't have any socks for my son. So I put those back and kept hunting. Then I remember I didn't have any baskets. So to the pantry it was for these little bags my mom had given me some time ago. Y'all, whatever could fit is what was going to fit. So I chose one for my daughter and one for my son, and then kept it moving, looking for other things to include in the bag. Yes, Easter is commercialized and the basket thing is overrated, but tradition. I'm slowly weaning them away, and this year's goodie bag was much smaller than last year's extravagant basket. Here's some candy I got from Five Below, and then some pens and markers I think I picked up from Michael's. So I gave my daughter the glitter pens and ended up giving my son the markers, so they each had a little something because they love to draw and color. Then to the pantry to pick up the Jelly Bellies. There were 2 packs. Y'all, I forgot I opened 1 pack. One late night I was snacking, so that was a no. Those had to go back. I couldn't believe it, but whatever. They had Mike and Ike's already, and that was enough. So I took that, headed on back upstairs to put the rest of the stuff together and see what I could come up with. So this is what we're looking like so far. I think I'm satisfied with that, plus the bubble wands that I got from Michael's as well, and a little bit of silly string for each one of them. Y'all have no idea how hard I was praying that neither one of the kids woke up to catch me putting this stuff together. At one point, I didn't even care. I didn't have a response, didn't know what I was going to say. And at that point, it really didn't matter because I was over it. Stressing for these little holidays at the last minute when you don't have time to do stuff the way you want to do it. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I got everything together, even had an overflow of stuff, so I had to end up putting things back like these little pastel pens. I put those back to pull out for another time, not sure when, but they will be making an appearance in some other gift bag or basket, or they may end up just being a birthday present for a little girl. Who knows? But this is the finished product, and it's time to bag it up and see how I did. I tried to arrange the stuff, but at the end of the day, as long as it got in the bag, I was happy with it. Once everything was in and set up, this is what we were looking like. It's gonna be good enough. It is gonna be good enough. All right, y'all, there's a bird's eye view, candy, yo-yo ball, book, art supplies, and now it's time to hide them under my duster in my office chair and move on with my life. Okay? Fast forward to the next day, Easter egg hunt at my parents'. This has been tradition for the kids for the past few years, so they look forward to it. There's Grandpa kicking it all off and investigating what's in the buckets. Now, initially, I started not to do this, but they just kept asking and kept asking. So I had my husband go to the garage for recycled eggs, including this one that they kept running by from last year. Here's my son as he takes off to the backyard. I'm like, get the eggs from last year, run to the store while we're at church, stuff them, and I'll meet you at my parents' house. This Easter was definitely a success for the kids, and we do know that we serve a risen Savior.